Venice is a city that, by all logic, should not exist. There is no solid ground beneath it, no natural foundation, just water, mud, and unstable lagoon soil. And yet, for more than 1,000 years, this city has not only survived, it has flourished. When you first see Venice, it feels unreal. Buildings rise directly from the water, boats replace cars, streets turn into canals. It looks like something imagined, not built. But Venice is not an illusion. It is one of the greatest engineering achievements in human history. Created long before modern technology, without machines, without concrete, without anything we would consider essential today. And the deeper you look, the more unbelievable it becomes. Everything in Venice begins beneath the surface. The entire city stands on millions of wooden piles driven deep into the mud of the lagoon. Not hundreds, not thousands, millions. At first, this sounds impossible. Wood in water should rot. It should collapse, weaken, disappear. But Venice exists because of a unique condition: lack of oxygen. Submerged in water, these wooden piles are not exposed to air, which prevents the bacteria that cause decay from surviving. Over time, the wood does not soften, it hardens. Minerals in the water gradually transform it, making it almost as durable as stone. On top of these piles, the Venetians built wooden platforms, then layers of limestone and brick. Piece by piece, island by island, the city was constructed. This was not guesswork, it was precise, repeatable engineering. And it worked. Even today, much of Venice still stands on its original foundations. Venice did not begin as a grand city. It began as a refuge. In the early Middle Ages, people fled to these islands to escape invasions on the mainland. The lagoon offered protection. It was difficult to navigate, easy to defend, and largely ignored by invading forces. What started as a place of survival slowly transformed into something much greater. By the time most of Europe was still fragmented and unstable, Venice had already become a powerful maritime republic. Its ships dominated trade routes between Europe and the East. Spices, silk, precious goods all passed through Venice. Wealth accumulated. And with wealth came influence. But Venice did not rely only on trade. It built systems, governance, diplomacy, naval power that allowed it to remain independent and stable for over 1,000 years. While kingdoms rose and fell, Venice adapted, negotiated, and endured. It was not just a city, it was a state. Perhaps the most visible difference in Venice is also the simplest. There are no roads, no cars, no buses, no engines echoing through streets. Instead, everything moves through water. Boats replace taxis. Vaporetto serve as public transport. Even ambulances and police move along canals. Deliveries, from food to construction materials, arrive by boat. This changes everything. Life in Venice is not just visually different, it follows a different rhythm. Movement is slower. Distances feel different. Sound behaves differently. Without traffic, the city becomes quieter. You hear footsteps, voices, water against stone. It is not just a place you see, it is a place you feel. Most people experience Venice from a distance. They see the landmarks, the crowded squares, the gondolas moving through famous canals. But that is only a small part of the city. Step away from the main routes and Venice changes completely. The crowds disappear. The streets become narrow and quiet. Small courtyards open between buildings. Laundry hangs between windows. Doors are open. Conversations echo softly over the canals. This is not a museum. This is a living city. People live here, work here, grow up here, and their Venice is very different from the one seen in postcards. It is quieter, simpler, more intimate, and in many ways, more real. But Venice is not timeless. It is fragile. The same water that made the city possible is now one of its greatest threats. Each year, Venice sinks slightly. At the same time, sea levels are rising. The result is a growing phenomenon known as acqua alta, periods when parts of the city flood. Squares turn into shallow lagoons. Walkways are raised above the water. Daily life adjusts, but the pressure is constant. This is not a future problem, it is happening now. And there is another challenge: mass tourism. Millions of visitors arrive every year. For a city built on delicate foundations, this creates strain on infrastructure, on housing, on daily life. Venice must balance two realities. It needs visitors, but too many visitors can damage what makes the city unique. And yet, Venice continues. Not by resisting change, but by adapting to it. One of the most ambitious projects is the Mose system, a series of movable barriers designed to protect the lagoon from high tides. When activated, these barriers temporarily isolate Venice from the sea, reducing flooding during extreme conditions. It is a modern solution to an ancient problem. At the same time, restoration efforts are ongoing. Buildings are reinforced, foundations are monitored, regulations are introduced to manage tourism. But the most important factor is simpler. People are still here. Venice is not abandoned. It is not preserved as a static monument. It is lived in. And as long as people continue to live here, the city continues to evolve. Venice is not just architecture. It is not just history. It is a continuous negotiation between human ingenuity and natural forces. It should not exist, and yet it does. Not because it is strong in the traditional sense, but because it has learned to adapt again and again across centuries. That is what makes Venice unique. Not just its beauty, but its persistence. If you want to see more places like this, not just beautiful, but understood, follow along.